Welcome to another episode of Two Ales and Hockey Tales with Wally. And today I'm so excited to have on a 33-year-old from Clinton Township, Michigan, USA. His hockey journey has taken him to the USA, France, Scotland, Italy, England, and Germany. A staple and coach of the Little Caesars minor hockey program. Ran amok in Scotland with the Flyers and the Clan. 89 points, 281 penalty minutes, and 115 EIHL matches, and was a CHL champion with the Fort Wayne Comets, we think, and ended his career as a captain in France, but is best known as a CCHA champion with Western Michigan Broncos and turning around the whole program. Welcome to the shed, Derek Roehl.
Thanks, man. What an intro. Intro. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for winning the CCHA championship and turning the program around that we buried with my class.
What year did you graduate there?
I don't start with the tough questions, man. Well, I don't know. 06, 05, 06. I don't know.
Did you play with Chris Frank or no?
Yes.
1 year with him?
Frank the Tank. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Perfect. So then you've been 05 or 06. Yeah.
So I get into how we know each other. That is Western Michigan, right? But we never had met that way. First time I met you, I think, was the Clan versus the Cardiff Devils.
Yep. I remember that.
Do you remember it? Because I remember you because you came up to me at a face-off and you said, "Hey, Wally, what's up?" And I was like, "Who the fuck? Who are you?"
Who's this guy?
And then I was
Bronco, bro. I heard you're a Bronco.
No, I know. And then I was like, "Oh, he's a Bronco." Cool.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I wasn't very good at keeping track of what was going on, other than I did watch the game when you guys won it. I do remember watching that happen.
Joe Louis, that was a time. That was an unbelievable time for sure. Great for the program, and that was a hell of a night.
Yeah. Do you guys have some fun that night then afterwards?
We did. Yeah, we did.
Yeah. NCAA, you don't know what's allowed, but you win something like that, you got a floor, right?
Yep, that's right. Making history.
Yeah, no doubt. So I guess the other part, which is kind of strange how we would know each other, is that it says you're from Clinton Township, Michigan, and you'd said that's where you grew up. Is that right?
Grew up there, yeah, until I left for juniors. That's where I was resided. Yep.
So that's where my father-in-law lives, and that's where I just was visiting him a little bit ago there. Just off Gratiot there,
Yeah. Oh yeah. Just off the highway, off Gratiot.
And so you got a boat you got a boat too? Cause we used to go boating St. Clair, St. Clair Lake or whatever?
Lake St. Clair.
Lake St. Clair. That's it.
Yeah. We've got, my dad's got 40-foot Sea Ray. So it's a pretty good time out there. It's enough to get us around out there.
Yeah. There's some good spots that are like waist deep, right? And everybody just anchors and just parties for the day.
Anchor, party, waist deep, play. You get beer, beers be going.
It's interesting how everybody can drive their boat out of there at that lake, eh?
It is. I mean,
but everybody can do it.
Not everybody. There's a couple casualties.
Yeah, there's some issues, but no, it's quite the party lake. Eh?
Yeah, it's good. It's a great time, great lake. I mean, all different types of fishing. My boys, a couple of the boys I played with, Western guys or pro guys, they got some vessels, so we get out there a decent amount. It's fun.
So then I guess the other thing before I get past this is, so Frankie was a senior when you're a freshman.
Yes, he was.
So one of his stories when on his podcast was talking about the senior trip got canceled, so they ended up hosting it in the U Club. Was that your team?
Oh yeah, we were there. Yep, it was the Beer Olympics outside.
Good time.
Tarps. We had probably 15, 20 tarps. Just tied them all together. Had broken sticks, anchoring them up, going from balcony to balcony. It was pretty epic.
Beer darts has to be one of the events.
There was beer darts, there was flip cup, there was beer pong. There was probably 7 different games that, I don't know, Frank and that class made up.
I've never felt like an Olympian before, but I feel like I could be an Olympian in that league.
That was an Olympic day for sure.
That sounds in my wheelhouse at Western Michigan too. I excelled at all those sports. Oh shit. Okay. So where and what are you doing now?
Well, I'm living in St. Clair Shores. I've got a wife and almost 2-year-old son. I am remodeling homes, doing some general contracting, mainly tile work. And then I'm involved with coaching 2 little Caesars teams. I got the 07, so it's 14U, and then 18U team.
That's a lot. 2 teams?
2 squads. Yeah, I was with the 04 group when I first started coaching out of playing. And then a few of them are still around or were still in the organization. So helping that age group out when I can. So usually there a couple days a week, 1 day a week for sure.
So then you can kind of make your own schedule with your remodeling then to, I guess, comply with minor hockey.
Yes, absolutely. So it's good to be able to be self-employed and kind of set my own schedule and, I get to jobs sometimes.
I've seen what you've been doing on Instagram. Didn't you have a couple other Broncos involved in this remodeling?
I had Matt Tennyson was helping me tear mine out. And then Shane Birschbach was doing some stuff with me recently over the summer. So he's an ex-Bronco and just retired from the Toledo Walleye. He's the franchise player there. He's got all the records. Mr. All
Put a good word in. Maybe he'll pod with me. Maybe he'll come to the shed.
Get him on the shed. Let's go.
Talk to anybody, guys. Especially Broncos.
Yes.
So do you get paid then to coach minor hockey? Be honest. You can tell me. It's fine.
Yeah. We're taken care of, or I'm taken care of by both teams. So it works out on that side of things. It's too much time. I love the game more than anything, but it's too much time to not be compensated to a certain extent.
Well, I guess my kid's on the team, right? So I don't get compensated, but I'm there anyways, right? I may as well coach.
You gotta go. That's right.
But no, I love it. So you probably have a pretty good bond with that team you've worked your way up with.
Yeah, then there's a good group of guys there. Been through a lot. I learned a lot through them, and kind of being on the other side of things, it was interesting. I learned a lot. Gave them a lot of my knowledge, I like to think, and then I'm close with them. So yeah. I'm curious to see how some of them pan out now the next few years. Yeah,
because that's a pretty big deal playing for little Caesars AAA at that age group, right? What is it? So you're under 14 and 18?
14U, yeah, the 07s, and then 18U. 18U is a little bit different than it was when we were growing up, as far as guys are gone, and most of the talent's kind of elsewhere and juniors already.
Yeah. The USHLs or the NAHLs or the whatever other LHLs.
They rush to the USHL to play 3 minutes a night when they can be playing and developing here. Some of it's kind of a little backwards, but it is what it is.
It is interesting how everybody's in such a rush, right, to get to the highest level.
You got to play at juniors. You got to play juniors next year. You got to be 16-year-old juniors. Like, you have to get drafted. If you don't get drafted, you're the worst 16-year-old in the United States. It's like, guys, chill out, relax a minute, let it play out. Just continue to work.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. What are the parents like?
They've been good. I haven't had any issues with the groups that I've had. But you do hear stories, and they expect a lot, but at the same time, we're with the kids a lot, and we kind of
much they got to play. How much do they pay to play minor hockey? Do you know?
It's a good question. The last couple of years, I want to say it was around $8,000 per player.
Oh my God. I just shot myself a little bit.
not including travel, hotels.
The tournaments are on top of that. Yeah. That's just the fee to get started, right?
The team budget. Like, that's included in the tournament fees and stuff. But you got to get your own hotel. You got to get your own meals.
Gas. Yep.
Gasoline.
Meals on the road. Yeah, a lot of drive-throughs, whatnot. But it's cool to get out of the house again. I'm out of the house again, right? We're seeing new towns. You should see some of the barns we play in. Oh boy, small town Ontario is awesome. And some of the rinks are like they're
freezing.
They're beautiful. God, check out Keedy, Ontario. Oh man. Tara, Ontario, beautiful rinks, good stuff.
I'm sensing the sarcasm.
I actually really like them. Like I miss hockey like that, right? I don't like all the new facilities. Don't need it.
Too fancy. Yeah.
Yeah, a bunch of prima donnas, those little Caesars kids.
Easy.
Sorry about that. I didn't mean it. Okay. $8,000, eh? So then you played that, working your way up, eh?
I played 7 years for Little Caesars. Yeah.
7 years. Holy moly.
Yep.
Okay.
Quebec tournament twice.
Quebec tournament twice. So you played up an age group?
Yeah. I played with the 87 age group for my first 4 years of the organization. First 4.
Did you hit puberty early or what?
I guess I just had a little bit of skill. I was gifted at a young age.
Well, good for you. I could hardly play with my age group.
Bloomer. I was an early bloomer.
Well, I could hardly play with my age group, but okay. I had to switch to roller hockey. The guys were too big. So then you go from Little Caesars, and you're one of those kids too that has to leave Little Caesars to join the Youngstown Phantoms.
Yeah. Oh yeah. What a year that was. 16 years old. I was
moved to Ohio. Is that Ohio?
It's the armpit of Ohio. Yes.
Ooh, there's some armpits in Ohio.
Yeah.
That's really
the worst. Yeah.
So it's no Daytona Beach, Ohio, where the Bombers play.
No, not even close. Not even close. I've been there a couple of times, but no, that was a rough year. I left a little early, so I played a year of midget majors, so 18U hockey at 15. I had a pretty decent year. I think 40, 50 points, whatever it was, and then made the North American team. Decided I was going to go give it a shot. It was a real long year for myself and school, hockey, everything.
Moving away from your parents and everything. Yeah.
Everything. Yeah.
But you know what? They might have appreciated it because instead of paying $8,000 that year, they would have let you got to play for free.
That's right. I got free equipment. It all paid out, but yeah.
That's why they're pushing you to junior kids. Don't listen to them. They just don't want to pay anymore.
Don't get sucked in. Get a side job, kids.
Oh shit. Okay. Sorry. So yeah, you went to Youngstown, and that year was a struggle then, but you're switching high schools and the whole thing. I always wondered what it'd be like to switch high schools. Cause I went to my own high school all the way through and played junior hockey till I went to Western Michigan. And I don't know, I feel like it would be intimidating going to new high schools, but I'm a bit of a P word when it comes to that sort of thing, you know?
Well, you wouldn't have lasted in my boat then, because I went to 5 different high schools. It was an interesting high school. And yeah, imagine that. You know, that period of your life where everyone's like, "Where'd you go to high school?"
Well, good thing you got through puberty early, eh?
I hate that. Question. Where'd you go to high school? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Everywhere.
Yeah.
Well, you didn't graduate with your senior class, so you didn't graduate from home? No, didn't. I didn't even walk in Cleveland, Ohio when I graduated.
I haven't walked in any of my graduations, but don't worry about it.
It's overrated.
What's the point? It's just to get the piece of paper, right?
Mail it to me, man. I got other things to do. I've finished the task.
Yeah. So then you switch from Youngstown to the Lincoln Stars.
Yeah. What a spot.
Lincoln, Nebraska.
Great spot.
Is it?
Yeah.
Am I sensing sarcasm?
No. Honestly, probably the best place I was at for juniors. I mean, Columbus, Ohio was a nice setup, but
I got to ask you about that too.
Lincoln was great. I mean, you were a celebrity in town. I was at school from 7:30 to 11, done. And then we practiced 12:30, done with our day by 1:32.
Really? So you're living the pro lifestyle and that
was elite. Yeah, it was elite. We had some good players on that team as well. So I was just, I'm kind of on the outside looking in, played every few games and made a switch to the Cleveland Burnhams, which ended up being the USHL, going into the USHL team, Ohio Junior Blue Jackets.
So when you're switching teams and stuff like this, who's guiding you as a kid?
Nobody really that time. Just talk to somebody, get a phone call.
But that's the thing, right? You're on the Lincoln Stars, and it's well, how do you make that move? Who gets a hold of who, and how do you know you want to leave? Because you're just a young kid, right? So somebody's got to be.
Yeah, it was Jack Fritchie in Cleveland who got a hold of me and saw I was playing kind of every other game. And being a high school kid, I had to make a change at semester. So it was a small window when we had to decide and figure out. And Lincoln was kind of for you to play and at the age you're at, you're going to get more playing time if you make this move. So they kind of pushed me or swayed me to do that, and ended up heading back closer to home.
Well, do you want to know when our paths first crossed? That the research team got really hot tonight before this is my once and only time getting to an NHL training camp was with the Columbus Blue Jackets in 2006, I think. And that is right when you're playing for the Columbus Junior Blue Jackets. So were you playing on the rink, the second pad, the one beside it?
The ice house, yeah, the one next door.
That's the only sheet I got to skate on. I didn't get to go on the real ice.
Well, you know that little room in the corner
where they put the draft picks and me?
Yeah, there's no toilet and anything in there. There's just a room.
Yeah, with all the weird numbers. Yeah, on the jerseys. Yeah.
Holding jersey. Yeah, that was it. But great town.
I got to stay there for 48 hours, man.
48. Hey, that's more than some can say.
No, they have to keep you for 48.
Oh, that was like a rule. It was mandatory.
No, you actually have to keep them for 48. They didn't want me there that long. They didn't even let me come to the rookie tournament. That's what happens when you guarantee someone a contract if they come senior year. Oh God. But yeah, so you were there playing on that rink. Hey, that's a nice setup though for a junior kid.
It was better. It was better when we played in that small rink as opposed to nationwide. We played like 6 games in there and it looked like there's 8 people. It was terrible. But
this just popped in my head because I like talking about food, and I still remember this meal from that training camp. Did you ever eat across the road from the rink? And they had a burger that was a Bison burger.
Bison burger, yeah.
Oh God,
the big dogs.
Why is Bison so good?
I don't know.
They run around more than cows.
I was a Bison at one point in my career.
Not so fatty. But seriously, you've had one of those burgers for that place?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh God, was it good?
Yeah. I crushed everything in that town.
Okay. I'm not saying anything to that. Jeepers.
Leave it at that.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, I think we're talking about food. So you did well there.
Yeah, did well.
Yeah, that's really good. Played well, ate a lot,
performed well, ate everything.
That's actually how I lived my whole career.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Same.
Okay. So yeah, that's interesting that we would have been at that rink like the same time. You would have just been a young junior kid and I was already.
I was looking up to you, man. I was looking up to you at that
No,
point.
You weren't. You were looking up to the guys that got to play on the real ice.
No, I was watching you guys in that rink. Man.
For sure. Totally. I don't even think the parking guy was going to let me in because he's like, well, you're not a hockey player.
Can't come here.
What are you doing here?
You made a wrong turn, kid.
I'll never forget when I went in the locker room for that training camp because someone had told me, he's like, when you get to a training camp, man, there's free shirts, there's free shorts, there's all this stuff. He's like, grab what you can because you don't know how many of these training camps you're going to get to. And then I tried to get some free t-shirts and man, they were all so big.
They fit you now, though.
Oh, buddy, I'm lighter now than I was then, man. I'm like pretty well jacked drinking beers in my shed. And speaking of that, shout out to the Bayfield Brewing Company. I'm going to open up my Thresher Belgian wit beer.
Hey-o.
And, they're having a budgeting meeting for 2022 and deciding whether or not to support the pod now that the gal left that set it all up. So, folks, I'm just asking for a favor because I love their beer and they're a small town restaurant brewery, just like I'm a small town guy. And if you could help me out and go to their website, bayfieldbrewing.com or .co or something, go there and write them an email and tell them what you think of the pod. Tell them how much you like hearing about their beer and the Bayfield Brewing Company, because when we talked, they're like, I don't think they know what's going on in the shed. And if you guys could help me out and email them and say, you really should sponsor this guy because we believe in him, then that would really help a guy out, right?
I hear you, man. Yeah, for sure.
So Bayfield Brewing dot something co. But please do that because I want to drink more of these. And this is the Thresher Belgian wit beer. Anyways, moving on. Where were we?
Good question.
Yep. Oh, you're in Columbus eating Bison burgers and everything else. Crushing everything. So how do you get recruited to Western Michigan? Who recruits you?
Chris Brooks.
Yeah, former Potter.
Yeah.
In the episode in the 80s.
I've seen that. Unfortunately, I never got to play for him. When I was there, the year I came in, he left.
Okay.
So he went to Stevens Point, but I was on the road. I think I was in Des Moines. Got a call from him. He basically said, we got the same deal offer out to another guy. First come, first serve. So I was up pretty much all night, called back at 3 a.m. and said, hey, let's do it.
So you didn't go to the school beforehand or nothing?
I had no visits. I didn't get pampered like all these other kids do now. And
well, it would have been me pampering you. I would have hoped because I loved to pamper the kids when they came.
I took it through visits, which when I was there, which was fun. Most of them ended up committing, which was
yeah. Well, you know, and you really do take pride in those trips, right? When a kid gets flown in, and it's the coaches like they put it on you, and they're like, take this kid out and show him a good time. I put my heart and soul into every one of those.
Oh, I mean, and when the coaches pull you aside and they're like, we need this kid, like make sure
they're like, just give us the receipts tomorrow.
Yeah.
Make it happen.
Those are the teams that win. Those are the teams that win right there.
Well, but it was interesting because you'd have other kids that come in and they kind of like wouldn't really give you any guidance. They're kind of like, but like they don't really want them that bad, right? And it's like,
take them out.
Yeah.
You can tell. They definitely emphasize on the good players or the studs.
I'm not sure what the kid's name was. This is a story I've never told on the pod. I may as well tell it while this comes up. He was from out West Canada for sure. He came in the summer semester, right? When we're there, like the spring one, where we're not playing hockey, we're just doing like a part-time class and just bowling and having fun and stuff. And that night it stormed and we had a party at one of the hockey houses there on Lafayette, and the drains like overflowed, right? And there's big puddles. So surely I got naked and like did like the slip and slide like through the puddles naked. And then this kid was taking pictures on his phone, like not an iPhone, like this is back in the day, like a real phone. So then his parent, he would have got home and he would have got it published with his parents would have. And then there would have been me naked going through puddles covered in dirt. That guy didn't commit. Didn't come. Mom didn't sign off. Mom was not on board.
No.
What was his name? God, that'd be a funny one. That'd be a funny guy to have in the shed if I could ever figure out who that was.
West Side, Canada.
Oh God, but no, definitely so naked photos when the mom did that. What?
So you played for Connaughton?
I did, yeah. So did you?
Yeah, 2 years.
I played it all four for him.
Yeah, so you guys were probably the reason we couldn't live in houses. So, because like when I was a freshman, everyone was in apartments.
We were in the U Club, like there was like a apartment townhouse type thing, right? Like it was a 4-bedroom.
Yeah, that's not Lafayette. Those are houses.
Right. So, and that's where guys were when we first went there, but I don't think they were the problem. Like they just had normal college parties like everybody else, right? But I don't know. I guess when you have a yard, things but
the apartments was dangerous. You can only fit so many people in those little ones. So we went out and signed on a house my freshman year. Me, Ian Slater, JJ Crew, and Kyle O'Kane. And one day Colin's like, hey, you guys know where you're living yet? You go to U Club or Jack Pine or like all these places where the guys live. Like, no, we signed on a house in Lafayette. He's like, a house? What do you mean? You guys aren't supposed to live in houses.
Do you say this is your freshman year?
Freshman year.
We had to live in the dorms for 2 years.
Garbage. No, just 1 year. 1 year. 1 year. So this is going in, it's like end of the freshman year where we were figuring out, and he's like, "You guys aren't allowed." It's like, "Hey man, we already signed on the lease. Like we can't get out of it." Like,
sorry, I'm not sorry.
So then we had like we painted sin bin on the house, put 2 hockey sticks like through the like boards of the house, and he'd drive by and call one of our roommates who's a captain, Slater. But hey, clean up your driveway, clean up your front lawn. Man, it's literally Sunday morning at 9:30 a.m. He's the only one up, the captain. So we'll get to it when they get up.
So you were on Lafayette then? You were at a house on.
Oh yeah, like
so
8 houses down.
I don't know if you do this, but I did a pod. Ethan Frank came into the shed. He was like leading the NCAA goal scorer right now, and they're like 4th in the nation. And I just saw Michigan canceled their game against them and said it was COVID, but then it's not COVID, and it's because they got 5 guys in the World Juniors, so they canceled their game against Western Michigan because they're scared. The Wolverines are scared of the Broncos, folks. We did it.
100%.
Started with Derek Roehl's class, and it's carried over, and now the Wolverines are scared of us. And guess what? They sure weren't scared of the Broncos back when I was playing.
No, they weren't. That was point night.
God, I'd hear that song over and over.
Oh man, when Colhane used to play it the week of we'd play him, he'd play it in the rink.
Oh, it wouldn't get in your head at all, eh?
And then we just hear it the whole weekend too. It's terrible. But yeah, that was nice. Junior year and senior year at the CCHA, we rolled over Michigan pretty easily.
Is that right? That warms my heart to hear. And like Western Michigan, Kalamazoo, that school, the facilities they have everything you need to be a high-end program in college hockey, and it's great to see that they're doing it.
Yeah, there's some players coming out of there, man. I'm telling you. They're recruiting the right guys. They got a good setup right now. One of my roommates is an assistant coach, JJ Crew. So,
that's cool.
Touch with them quite a bit. One of my 04 goalies is actually committed to go there. Whether it's
you would be right in that spider web then, eh? With your coach in Little Caesars and then them being right there at Western Michigan, eh?
A little feeder system there.
Mm-hmm.
Little feeder.
Yeah, but the hockey spider web. Well, you're gonna have to get me in contact with these folks. I'd love to have them on, get to know you, because I don't know your classes, right? Like once you leave school, you don't meet the new boys, you know.
Well, I always hung around. I mean, I think that's part of like how it changed. You know, we would stay a lot. We started winning. It's obviously more fun to be around when you're winning. Not to say we didn't have a good time the first 2 years when we were not winning, but way more fun, way more hype around town. Just kind of everyone getting around you. It's special. You should put in your calendar to come to the golf outing.
I really want to. Like
10-year reunion this year. CCHA champs.
Oh, for your class.
10 year for everybody.
Wow, you guys were the ones that won it. I wasn't on the team. What do you mean? What do you think? I celebrate if the other teams win championships because I played there?
You celebrated when we won in 2012, didn't you?
I think I smiled and I was like, "That's great! Like that's awesome. They're finally good at."
Yeah, but it should be a good one actually. It's always the 3rd week of July.
Okay. So no, I really do want to go, and actually my whole class, to be honest with you, and like obviously you know how kind of what it was like losing and whatnot, but I for the most part, like my class has not been back for anything. We have not gone back. There's some hard feelings for a couple of my roommates by the end, and like now that we've been out in the shed, we've got it off our chest. I think everybody's ready to go back, and everybody wants to be back, and everybody is still a Bronco at the end of the day, and we all cheer everybody on, and we all hope they're doing well. So I think we're all ready to come back, and we all want to. You know,
this is the year.
Got to make it happen.
This is the year, boys. This is the year.
Oh boy, do you imagine, eh? Oh, jeepers. Ooh. Yeah, no, that would be time.
That's great. There was a couple years there where we knew someone who was working in the rink that's connected to the pool. So we would go from our golf outing to the bars to the pool. And there was, 70, 100 people in there.
In the pool?
in the pool area, which was set up for the next morning, Sunday AM family class, like mazes and everything. Like the lanes were all dialed.
Sounds fun.
It was a great time. That was in the past, that was.
But cool. So, while you were at school, there was a coaching change, and you guys then bring in Blashill, right? Was he not your coach? The guy that's the coach of the Red Wings?
Junior year, yep.
And then you guys went from last place to first place?
Went from last place to
winning
top three. I mean, we lost in the finals to Miami of Ohio, who was loaded. Mealy, Connaughton, Wingles, Weidman, Hirschfeld, Barber. I mean, they can go. The list goes on, but lost to them with Blash. But we made it to the tournament, so it was like first in 20 years, first in 25 years for school history. So that was pretty special. Then 3 weeks into the summer, or month in, he was going about how the year was going to go and accepted a job with Detroit. That was his only out clause in the contract, was if he signed an NHL deal, and he did.
I'm just curious, right? Like, and I think Cole Hayden did everything he could to do his best, right? Like, he tried to make Western Michigan Broncos what he wanted it to be, right? He did his best. But what changed so much that, like, what did Blashill, like, what was the biggest difference, do you think?
I think it was just kind of the accountability that he held everybody to, and the standard that he set day one. And also he played the right players at the right times. Like, Colin was a great dude, great in the community, like nicest dude ever. But at the end of the day, I mean, 6-on-5, you got to put your goal scorers or go-to guys out there, not someone that you're buddy with, or someone who's 20 hits early in the game, or
could run like 2 miles around a track faster than say me.
Like the 2-mile run, the worst.
You guys didn't do that, did you?
Yeah, track. We had to run it in under 12 or under 11 minutes, I think.
You guys had to do that? When I was there, only me and my roommates had to do it.
No, we had to do that. And it got worse. Like when
after we failed, then they made the whole team do it?
Yeah. Basically.
How many people could do it?
A lot.
What?
5 or 6 that wouldn't pass or have to.
That's it?
Yeah.
My whole crew couldn't do it. Not even close.
Well, they knew. That's why they knew.
You punks, games changed.
With Blash, we had to run 5 300-yard shuttles.
5 300-yard shuttles. So that means 300 yards or 50 each way.
50 yards 3 times or whatever that is. And then minute rest. And then you had to do 50 yards, 25 yards, 50 yards, 25 yards. So it was like broken up. And it was under 59 seconds and under 56 seconds. And you didn't get your gear until you passed it. Our starting goalie didn't have it, like, couldn't practice for the first month. He was going at like every day at 6 a.m. running. Couldn't pass it.
Is that Riley Gill?
No, it was Jerry Kuhn.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was trying to get him on. I think I got a little aggressive with him with my messages because he doesn't actually know me. So yeah, I think I scared him. I think I startled him.
Oh no, he's actually doing really well. He's in
Castle.
He's been in over there. Yeah, he's in Castle. He's loving life over there. He came and saw us over the summer, but he's not home much. So I think he's pretty comfortable over there. And
yeah, he is. I see it on Instagram, man. He's like a rock star over there.
Yeah.
He's even got, like you get some guys on the shed that they have that blue check mark beside their name, whatever that means.
Yeah.
And that he has one for what he's doing in Germany. You know what I mean?
It's a big deal.
It's not what he's doing in Canada or the USA, folks. It's what he's doing in Germany. He's got a blue check mark, whatever that means. Cool stuff. Way to go, Jerry. Come into my shed. Get to know me. I think it'll go okay.
Attaboy, Cooner. We'll get you out here, bud. We'll get you out here.
Yeah. Don't be scared. I won't get so aggressive next time I text you. So, no, okay. First was an assistant coach then, or no? Or what was
2
he?
years. Yep. The 2 years or my last 2 years, he was the assistant.
And he's the head coach now.
He's
That
the
and they're running amok.
Oh yeah, he's got him going. He's got him going.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like when I talked to that Ethan Frank man, like they're bought in and they're like one game at a time. Like, oh geez, he got my blood pumping, you know. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, go Broncos.
Frank's a beauty. I talk to him every now and then too. It's good to see, and like group of them that came back for the 5th year. Like,
no, I'm
they're
talking about
dominant.
the kid, the Frank that plays there now, that Ethan Frank.
Yeah,
Oh.
Ethan Frank. Yeah.
Oh, you know all these guys?
Yeah, I mean, going back, man, go to the outings. Go like.
Oh, is that that's a thing people do?
You play an alumni game. You get to dust up the current players. Yeah,
Is
fun.
that right? No, I've never been there, but I was always playing and I'd always be gone. And then I had little kids, and it's like, well, I've been gone for a decade, and there's a lot of things I got to do in the summer. And but yeah, my roommates definitely haven't been going. But I think everybody's ready to go back.
I think so too, man. It's time. Let's go.
Yeah, I want to, you know.
Dude, I'll be there.
So you won it at Joe Louis?
Sure did. Yep.
So who's the coach then? It wasn't Blashill. That was
Andy Murray.
That was his first year.
First year, he considered himself a rookie.
What's that now?
He considered himself a rookie his first year because he's never coached college hockey. So he's like, I'm going to kind of listen to your senior class a little bit.
No.
Swear to God. That's my
He got the players to buy in by letting them have a voice. Really?
Well, yeah and no, because he definitely what he said went, but he took into consideration.
That's what
we needed some time.
I think that's a great idea. But you did live in the Burnhams.
Yes, I did.
Mm-hmm. Cafeteria still hot back then, or what?
It was hot, man. I don't know if they refilled the ice cream machine yet, but it's hot.
Yeah. So put on the freshman 15, the real thing, folks.
It's real. Yep.
Yeah, especially when they give you an all-you-can-eat plan.
An all-you-can-eat ice cream and buffet plan.
And then make you work out for hours and hours every day. How much do you think we can eat after you make us work out for 3 hours? I can break records.
Exactly.
So you guys played beer darts too then. You enjoyed that sport?
Yep, that was fun.
Shout out to Mike Erickson. He brought that to Western Michigan.
Great guy, Mike. Good job. Good job, Mike.
Okay, so who was your class?
My class was Ian Slater, JJ Crew, Kyle O'Kane, PJ Kavaya. We also had Kevin Connaughton. And
that guy still plays, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's in Florida. Yeah, he left after his freshman year. Vancouver drafted him, and he was a true freshman. And they said, if you ever want to play in the NHL, you got to
leave now.
Leave Western Michigan. And he left. He drove 32 hours from Alberta and left the next week.
But he did play his freshman year there.
Yeah, freshman year he ripped it up. Yeah.
You also played. I don't know when you won, but the Kaiser was on the team, right?
I played with Danny 2 years. Yeah.
2 years, and then
five of my 6D are in the NHL.
What about what?
5 of my 6D my senior year are in the NHL.
Have been in the NHL?
Are currently on NHL.
Are?
Yeah.
Shut up. From the Western Michigan Broncos?
Danny DeKaiser, Jordan Osterley, Matt Tennyson,
Witkowski.
Luke Witkowski. And who's the one you just mentioned? Or who's the other guy?
The other guy you said. That's crazy. Osterley. Nope. Is that what you said? Anyways, that's really crazy. I'm pretty sure none of the defensemen I played with at Western Michigan played in the NHL, but Pat Dwyer, Pat Dwyer made it out of our generation. Paul Shahura played about 82 games, chew balls.
Yep. He was a player.
Guy won't. You guys, folks, listen to this one. He won't come on the pod until he's retired, because he's still waiting to make his Mario Lemieux big comeback for a playoff drive to make like whatever 5-10 grand. Way to go, Paul. Come into the shed. Let's talk.
Let's go, Paul.
Yeah, don't be so worried. Okay. The other guy that was gonna be a Potter or in the shed. I guess he's an agent for the NHL players now. Ed Witkowski, Frederico.
Matt Federico.
The
Yeah.
goalie.
Yeah. He's coming on the pod or what?
Yeah, he's gonna come to the shed. Yeah, I think he's an agent for
He's an
Witkowski.
advisor for O2K or O2 Sports, O2K Sports.
Yeah, agents are some of my good Potters, man. That's a whole different perspective, you know.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I don't have to be on their side if I don't want to. I gotta like you first.
I like Freddie. He's a good dude.
So he's there, Coon's there. Like, yeah, you guys had some goalies, eh?
We had Riley Gill. We had Nick Paisolini.
Paisolini, I don't.
Gino Paisolini's younger brother, the fighter in the O.
I don't know any of that.
This kid was.
Buddy, you're a different generation. I mean, you've been in the hockey game this whole time. I got out for a long time.
Yeah, that's true.
Just getting back into this. So we better get into it then. So what overall your Western Michigan experience, like your 4 years there?
Unbelievable.
Best 4 years ever, eh?
Best 4 years ever. I mean, bottom of the barrel first 2 years.
But it's still fun.
Yeah, learn the lay of the land, but then it was fun to turn around and start winning and have a championship walking out of there. Yeah. It was awesome.
Oh gosh. Yeah. I couldn't imagine winning your senior year too.
It was awesome. Yeah.
Holy mo. Okay. Then, so that's tough, right? So then you win it and you can just keep rocking and rolling in Kalamazoo and you're probably pretty well done school, or you could go head off to play for the Fort Wayne Comets.
They were right around the corner, so they allowed me to stay in school, finish my degree, graduate, and then come. I'd practice with them, play the games. I warmed up probably 15 times and played 1 or 2 games.
How far away is Fort Wayne from Kalamazoo?
Hour and 10, so it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. My one game I played, I was in the back of a sleeper bus with another rookie. We were in the storage row where you put your bags. We were sleeping legs to legs, legs to heads.
Yeah. Yeah.
2 hours. And that was the first game. So
legs to heads. I know what you mean. Because on those East Coast buses, especially as a rookie, man, you got to get in there.
Oh man. So that was tough. But there's a lockout. There's a lockout that year. So
well, you know what? There's head to legs, but then there's also top and bottom, right? Where you go lay on the floor or go across the seats, right?
Yeah.
These are the options, folks. Whatever you want to do.
Brutal.
Legs, negs, get after it. Get to sleep.
Yep. Find a way.
Find a way.
But they had some banged up guys, so I was just kind of an extra there, which is kind of cool to see the championship or see how that Central League was, and basically nullified that I never wanted to play there.
Yeah. So you'd learn that, right? Because it took me a year to learn I didn't want to be in the East Coast, right?
I mean, there's a lockout after my senior year. So there was everybody's in the A, or everybody was trying to get the A, and then those guys.
So your first year of pro, after that, your first year trying to sign in the summer is a lockout?
Yeah.
Okay. Next question. When do you get your Italian passport and how?
Oof, that's a good question. I gotta get that renewed, by the way.
Hold on, don't forget to email the Bayfield Brewing Company, Thresher, Belgian Whip Beer.
Yeah. My dad looked into it. My grandma, you basically needed a third generation still alive, and my grandma was, and sent some paperwork in, got some documents, went through the consulate in Detroit. All through my senior year, my dad was huge, a huge part of it. I wouldn't have got it done without him. But
this is your senior year at college?
Yeah, got that together. So that was an option. You had the lockout coming.
And your old man came up with that idea? Not an agent?
Yep, my dad. He's like, get your Italian passport or get any passport you can for Europe, just in case. So
how did he know so much? Was
He
he a
played at
hockey guy?
Denver. Yeah, he played at Denver.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing then. Okay.
Yeah, he's actually been coaching Little Caesars for 35 years.
What age groups he got?
He's with the 18s right now, but he had O2s, Chris Draper, his age group, those kids. So he went up with them for 6 years. I think 8 of his guys or 6 of his guys are on the World Junior team right now from that team. So 15 of the 18 players in the O2 age group got Division I scholarships. So they had a wagon of a team.
Huh.
He's been through, yeah. He started with Mike Modano, Smolinski, when those guys were on Caesars.
He's really?
Yeah.
So he's like Little Caesars.
He's like the Godfather. That's what
Right.
Draper calls him, the Godfather.
Well, the Shed has a lot of different options and ways to go. I've been thinking about doing more father-son pods, you know?
Yeah, for
So
sure.
if you'd want to do that and have that memory, I'd do it with you.
All right. Yeah, I'll talk to him. Get him on here.
See if he's on. Yeah. Let's talk about Mike Modano and like when did he start going through the neutral zone and like the jersey start fluttering? Was that back then in Little Caesars? I don't know.
Could be. I mean, he said he did turn games on or change
who else's jersey fluttered when they skated, right? Like
nobody's.
Gorgeous. Okay, so then how do you get to Europe and how'd you know you wanted to go to Villard de Lans?
That was another premature decision, but that was in March, I think.
Things can happen prematurely, folks. It's not our fault. It happens.
Life happens, man. This life chose us.
Yeah.
So that I was just contacted by Rich Mitro, who was with Lake State during my playing days at Western. So knew a guy, Jeff Lerg, who's a goalie out there.
Goalie.
My passport helped me not be an import. So thought it would be a good spot. Ended up being a fairly long year. I was there for 8 months, played 24 games. I think I had 100 pins, close to 100 pins.
I've seen your stats.
10, I can't talk to nobody out there. Even if I tried in French, like it would, there's no, there's a lot of talk.
Do parler un petit français?
Parlez-vous français?
Can du sprechen Deutsch?
Sprechen Sie Deutsch? No.
You don't know. No. Yeah. Okay. Just curious. Okay. So long year and but you're there and you're in the top French league?
Yeah, top French league. We were in a beautiful spot. I mean, it was not a stoplight town, very small town. The owner of the team owned a ski hill. We had free skiing in our contract.
Beautiful. So you were hitting the slopes?
I hit the slopes. I was out there, as often as we could. We played one game a week.
And had you done it at that point in your life?
Had I skied? Yeah. I snowboarded. Like I went up north here as a kid. But when I got there, I was like, I'm going to put the skis back on. This looks a little dicey for a snowboard.
Right. And those mountains are like pretty high over there.
Oh, yeah.
They're a little higher than over here.
They're definitely, no joke. So, and one thing my dad always said, the hill will win. So that came in my mind and I put the skis back on and took it easy.
Okay.
Some off-roading, but it was
as an Italian passport holder, you're just straight up not an import at all?
In some countries. So France, I didn't count. The UK, I didn't count, I don't think. And then Italy, I counted for a certain amount of points. I had to play, at that time, I had to play 16 months or be on a roster for 16 months in Italy to be a full-blown Italian player, like national team, whatever else, 16 months. And I had 2 whacks at it. I couldn't get there.
You didn't get to 16 months, so you could have been playing for like Italy.
I'd be in the Olympics this year, man. The only one. I'd be the only one there.
Oh gosh, that's too bad.
Yeah. But it helped with you didn't need a work visa and those things. So how cheap teams some management was.
You know what? People are gonna tell us what's right and what's wrong because I don't know what I'm talking about either. But you went to the UK then with an Italian passport, but you're not just like not an import, but you're not a British player either. You're like in betweeny. You're like one of those in betweenies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you're allowed to have a couple of those. Doug Clarkson was one of them.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. There's some gray area there. And
Yeah.
but you were an import, but not an import, right? People,
Yeah.
let us know. But don't
Yeah.
forget to email the Bayfield Brewing Company. Oh God. So then how do you get to the Fife Flyers?
Tim Hartung was a teammate of mine in Villard.
What was
And
his name?
Tim Hartung.
Heart Tongue?
Hartung. Yeah.
Har Tongue. What's his nickname? Tunger?
Actually, T-Rex.
Because he gets crushed and his arms get up like that. And he
They come up big. Yeah.
Yeah. I've never had that nickname before.
Yeah. So then I ended up after my first year, after the French year, I stayed home usually until like October and kind of trained here, skated here with the Wings before they went to camp, and then found something or something would come.
You skated with who?
With the Wings downtown.
The Detroit Red Wings?
Yes, sir.
That's who you trained with?
I skated with them for probably 4 or 5 weeks before they went to training camp in September.
Huh.
It's nice.
Yeah, that would be.
Why not?
Yeah.
I mean, teams call like, what do you?
How do you get into that circle?
I went to a couple of rookie camps my freshman and sophomore year.
Oh,
and then
that's
I had
good.
shoulder surgery my junior, like the last 2 years of college. So I didn't go to any camps those summers. So just knowing everybody around the rinks from Joe Louis, Little Caesars. And then actually the last couple summers I've been out there leading up to their training camp as well, but only in the tracksuit with their development coach. So it's been fun nice to.
Geez, you're really coaching it up, eh?
Dialed in over here, man. I'm dialed.
Oh, so remodeling houses and coaching. And it both works because you get to make your own hours and you also get to be fully invested. I get it. I see how it works for you.
Living the dream.
Mm-hmm. No, it's good. I'm glad. It's good. Everybody needs, you need to figure out how it all works for you, right?
Everybody's got their niche. Yeah. Just got to find it.
Fife Flyers have a sick barn though, don't they?
The Old Barn.
It's awesome. What's it called? That's what's called?
The Old Barn. AULD. Yeah.
Good barn.
Oh, the atmosphere there. I mean, I was just in shock. I mean, there's only 3,000, 4,000 people, but
when they got the bagpipes and like they got the
kilts. They got their kilts. I mean,
yeah,
ruthless. Yeah.
It's awesome.
Especially when I left there and went to Brayhead, and just the animosity, like when I came back and the bench was, the fans were right behind you. So I got them like waving 20 pound quid notes at me or 20 quid notes, whatever.
Oh, because you went to the big budget team.
Yeah.
You're a punk.
Yeah. So that was, unreal rivalry, but.
I got a question though. Okay.
Yeah, what do you got?
When I went to Fife, I was with a couple people and they're like, well, when you come to Fife, you have to try a deep fried Mars bar. And after the game, we had a deep fried Mars bar and I had to be like a ninja and sneak around the arena so my coach wouldn't see me eating a deep fried Mars bar. But I don't know. It was all right. Right.
I mean, they're decent. You got to try everything, right? Like,
well, yeah, you got to try everything, but like, I don't know. It wasn't really anything to write home about. Did you think so? Did you tried it? Obviously.
Yeah, I didn't indulge in them too often.
No, you're more of a pro than me.
Yeah, I was elite. I was elite, right? I did the baguettes and cheese.
Oh yeah. Oof. Yeah, there's a lot of food to eat overseas.
Yeah, food was great. I mean, UK was
just crushing it.
UK food wasn't to write home about.
No, you're right about that. It's definitely not.
Yeah.
UK pub food is just like
the
breakfast when they throw that tomato on there. Why are they throwing the tomato on breakfast? Like, I don't even get it. It doesn't even look good. It doesn't taste good. Like, what are we doing with the tomato?
Gross.
Sorry, sidetracked again. First year in Fife, though, you had 45 points in 52 games. So then you got paid in Brayhead. So former Potter Finner, is he the one that brings you to Brayhead?
Yeah, him and Chris Frank had something to do with it too.
Beautiful. Broncos helping Broncos.
I was all in to go back to Fife. Don't think I asked for too much more, but whatever I asked for, they wouldn't budge on. And I didn't get much more at Brayhead. It was just, hey, worked out there. They had a way better setup as far as
who's your coach. Who's your coach in Fife?
Dutz, Todd Dutien.
Oh, that is he still there?
Still there. He's with Jeff Hutchins there.
Was Danny Stewart on your team? The guy that coaches Coventry?
Sure was.
Yeah. That guy really didn't take a shine to me. Every time we played them, he seemed to really have an issue with me, and I didn't know what his problem was.
Yeah, he was just an angry elf.
That's what he seemed like. And I'm like, why are you so angry?
Short man syndrome. I don't know what was up with him. But.
I wonder if it's obviously how he coaches, because
yeah, that coaching, that was my first player coach encounter. And I mean,
was he one of them?
Yeah, he was a player coach.
Right. And that's when, and that's the next year.
I mean, he's drawing up the power play. He's put himself on these situations, and he's telling us what we can't do or what not to do. And he's going out and doing it. The exact thing he says not to do.
And that's why I would never, ever want to be a player coach. It's because everything you're preaching, you'd have to be able to actually do. Now that I can coach without playing, I can tell them how hard to back check. You don't have to see me do it.
Yeah.
Andrew Lord could actually try that hard at Cardiff. He actually could play the way he was saying. And that was well, if he's trying that hard, we better all try that hard.
Yeah. No, that's the difference. You're right. I mean, guys at that age too. I mean, guys look at each other like, what the fuck? Is this guy kidding me?
Well, exactly. You're a grown up, and then you see what they're doing. But yeah, that guy really had an issue with me. I haven't really reached out to any Blaze players yet, or their coach for that matter. But
that's all right.
Maybe we'd get along off the ice.
Is he still their coach?
Yeah, I think. Yeah. Yep.
For his wife's from.
Yeah. Anyways, so moving on, you get to the clan. I think that area is really nice too. I didn't really see Fife as a town. Never really got to see it, but in Glasgow, we had a day where we had some time to kill or whatever. Nice little area, eh?
Yeah, it was a great spot. It really was. I mean, the mall and the rink, everything connected. There's a lot more life in nightlife, or just, I guess, civilians in that town.
Do you know what I find interesting is you can tell what seasons meant the most to people based on what pictures they send you. I think the Brayhead clan was probably your favorite year of hockey. Am I wrong?
No, I mean, that was a hell of a year. That's where I just did some digging quick. Those are the best.
Oh, okay. No.
Al Gold Photography. Shout out to Al.
Yeah. Okay, Al. Well, let's get the clan involved, folks. I don't think they've hit retweet, just like the Cardiff Devils won't. Punks. Todd told me he was going to start hitting retweet, and then I asked for one. Nothing. Whatever. Yeah. So you guys had fun that year, though, eh? And you know who else is on that team? Pod favorite and best looking guy in pro hockey, Lee Salters.
Fucking right, he was. Yeah.
How good looking was he, eh?
What a man rocket. Yeah, he's one of a kind.
Oh,
he had the man bun and the hair.
Well, but he can do a man bun and dress like that, but then he can also let it down and be Thor. It's what do you want me to do?
Yeah. Who do you want me to be today?
Yeah. I'm versatile. Yeah.
Yeah. And he was unbelievable.
I'm 6'3", 6'4", and jacked. Yeah. Right.
Yeah. He did it all. He was a good player too. Hell of a teammate.
Yeah. No, you're right. And he'd fight and he'd do it all.
Fuck, he was nails.
Shout out for him though. He was such a good dude. When he's doing his MBA and he's got papers to write or whatever. And I still remember this night. Hendo and I wanted to go out with our wives, and we didn't have a babysitter. And Saltz was like, well, I got to write papers anyways. and he comes over our apartment and writes his papers at our apartment so that we can go out drinking. And it's like, what a teammate. What a dude.
What a guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
Beauty.
Okay. Random story that just came up in my head there.
Yeah.
But yeah, that season you guys blew it, eh?
We blew it.
Yeah. Yeah. That was the year I was in the league. And I wouldn't say we blew it. We were lucky to even make the charge we did, but you guys blew it.
Big time.
Sorry for burping in the mic, but that's, well, you know, felt appropriate. Steelers won, eh, Simsy?
Yeah, that was tough. They didn't make it to the final weekend.
We
lost the aggregate to, I think,
Hall. Ooh, really? The Stingrays? Yuck.
Terrible.
Oh, God. You lost two. Oh.
We were up 3-1.
Your team was awesome, too. And Stephen Meyer was on that team?
Stephen Meyer, Keith, Arson, Neil Trim.
Great team, eh?
Yeah, we were good.
Mm-hmm.
We were good. Scott Pitt. Fucking guy. Snipe. Yeah.
That guy, they were all on that team?
Yeah. Fitzgerald.
Well, you guys, oh, yeah. Yeah. I tried to reach out to him once to get him in
Franco, those two guys. I mean,
yeah. You guys were tough. You had Salt, Frankie, and Fitzgerald. Oh, boy. Burping and lots happening over here. Oh, sorry, folks. It's been a long holiday.
I like to think I was number 4 behind those guys, but
well, yeah. Do you want your my new
push
thing
for third between me and Chris Frank? Strong push for third.
Well, my new thing here is I do player reviews for people. You know, I guess I played against you once or twice, but like I can give player reviews based on how people pod. So whenever you're ready, you just let me know. Okay.
I'm ready.
Oh, you are ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. Okay. I would say if your team is going to win a championship, you're on the third line. You can be on the second line or the first line, but your team's not going to win the championship. If you're on the third line and you're running around, scoring goals, making plays, hitting guys, getting the team going, your team's going to be very successful. If you're on the second line, first line, trying to be a real scorer, not really playing your game because you're trying to score too much, team's not going to be as successful. You need to run around, be a bit of a rat, but also score goals and help the team win. How'd I do?
Perfect. Nailed it.
Thank you. God
take
damn.
Take a sip of that amazing beer.
Oh, yeah. No, sorry. This is the Thresher Belgian whip beer. Oh, God, this is fun. But seriously, I can do a player review on anybody that comes into my shed. I'd even do it on the fans that came in here, but those would be wild reviews. Okay.
Reviews.
Anyways, moving on. Yeah, I don't know where we're at. Yeah, the Steelers won it that year. One of the things that came up, Chris Frank brought it up. Finnerty could not confirm nor deny it. He said that he did not, that beers got canceled in the room near the end of that season when you guys ended up blowing it. He was thinking like at the final there, the last hurrah, you guys stopped getting beers in the room. Do you think that's true?
I think so.
That it is true.
I think so, yeah.
People do know that beers win championships, right? Like if you haven't figured it out by my podcast yet and how I ended up winning, beers win championships, folks.
If you can't go out and have a beer and show up the next day, you're in the wrong sport, right?
Well, it's not even the next day. Like if you got to make time to have days off and let your hair down and let boys be boys. But you also need to be able to have one or two in a room and just relax. Just chill.
Just unwind. That's
it.
Yeah.
Don't need all the hustle and bustle, right?
Take the beers away, and then next thing you know, we don't make it. 1 point shy, first place.
Well, it's still tough. I know. Losing sucks. I'm still not over my silver stick loss a couple weeks ago. God damn it. Guys, so how do you go from there to 2015-16 Valpellice, Italy? Is that where do you start the year?
Valpellice.
Valpellice. Can you speak Italian?
No.
Oh,
I mean, every place I could speak for a little bit.
Yeah.
But I mean, just enough of it to get by, you know, like
I couldn't speak any Danish other than I know Vahelve is something to do with swearing, or that's like saying shit or something. Vahelve. That's all I know.
Yeah. No, I went there. I actually broke my rib.
Oh, hold on. Yeah, I was gonna say though, you got research team was hot, like I said. 7 penalty minutes. Did you get in a fight?
Yep.
Yeah, they don't like that over there, do they?
No.
They're a bunch of, I think they're called the P word.
Soft. Yeah, they only got two games for that.
And they don't like that when they fly you over or whatever they do. And then if you ever get suspended or miss time and they're like, you're like an import or whatever, man, they can make you feel pretty bad. I've seen them do it to lots of people. I never got kicked out of games or got suspended. I only got kicked out of a minor hockey game recently, but that's it.
You're getting banned from beer league games.
Ref kicked me out, but no. Anyways, sorry. So did they get mad at you for fighting? That's what my question is.
Yeah, they don't like it. Yeah, they don't like it. They told me not to get involved with things of that nature and blah, blah, blah. Sat my suspension. I was back, broke a rib. They told me to go home and play men's league, beer league, stay on their roster for the remainder of the year. So then I'd only have to be on for 6 months the next year. Well, I had a mortgage at the time, so that didn't work. Came home, ended up getting released, playing for the Indy Fuel for about 5-6 weeks.
So, and you've never been in the coast at that point?
I was a rookie, 4 years in my pro career.
And were they making you pick up pucks and clean up the bus?
No, I mean, like rookie money. I was on rookie money and couldn't max that out. So unfortunately, that's why I had to leave after 5 or 6 weeks. It's like, this isn't going to work. I've got a mortgage and a car payment. And after these bills, or after this paycheck, you can't eat. So
the East Coast is challenging financially.
Indy was a great spot. Like unbelievable setup. I mean, they took care of you for sure, but at the end of the day, it didn't work. My rib was healed up and I went back. I think that's when I went back to Manchester.
So then you go to Manchester, and is that Finner bringing you?
Yeah. Was Finner out there? Yeah. Finner was out there with, who's that other coach now? Mike. He was a legend when he played back there, but Finner brought me out there. Finner wasn't there. Posh was there from
Omar,
he was there.
Oh,
Finner came the year after me, but yeah, I was there for the last 4 months. It was a shit show.
Sometimes things come up in my head and I'm like, I don't know if I should say this or not. And then it's like, you know what? It'd be funny to say it. But speaking of player coaches,
yeah,
that like when you talk about like being able to do what you preach, Omar Patch, I think it was with the Stingrays back when I was in the UK, man. He had a physique like me, and I was like, man, you can't tell them to back check if you can't. Okay, I said it. Sorry, it was mean. Omar, I'm sorry. Come into the shed. I'll apologize.
Oh, one love, Omar. One love, buddy.
Sorry, Omar.
That's funny.
But he's still coaching over there, doesn't he? Like Dundee or something.
He was in Dundee. He was in Manchester. I don't know where he is now, but yeah, Manchester is a good spot. What a city. What a city.
Hey, by the way, we never even talked about your dog bite. I can see you fading and you getting tired over there. So you sent me photos and said, can we do it another night? And you know what? That's what I love is that you're committed to the shed and I'm like, sorry, man. Like I got tonight. Like
Tape it,
please.
Yeah.
And you know what? You know what? Like you're willing to play through injury. You're here. You're ready to go. And I don't know. That's old school hockey. So thanks.
Luke Witkowski just messaged me and said, what kind of ales?
Is he going to come on? Tell him, you know,
what kind of ales?
This is Bayfield Brewing Company.
Bayfield Brewing Company.
.co. Send him an email, folks. Tell him that me drinking beers is really getting it out there in the world, and that you know all about them in Bayfield, Ontario.
Just let him know. I just let him know.
Yeah, and so is that guy on the Red Wings, or is he the captain of the AHL team?
He's actually on the taxi squad. He's up right now. He lives like 4 streets down from me.
Jeez, really?
So,
eh?
I got him 4 streets down. The Kaiser's like 10 minutes down.
What kind of neighborhood in Michigan is this?
We're on Jefferson, man. We're all off the water.
Oh, really? Eh?
Nice setup. Yeah, come in town. Come on down.
I was just there. I just got back. I was just there.
Next time.
Yeah. No, I'll have to get to know all you Broncos.
No, man. The alumni outing is the only time to do it.
You're right. I know. I understand. Was Deeds in Manchester when you were there?
I live with him.
You lived with Deeds. He's a former Potter.
Yeah.
He's coming on soon again.
Is he? Beauty.
Yeah.
Beauty.
He is a beauty.
Playing?
Yeah. He just switched from Italy to somewhere. Somewhere.
Budapest, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
What a beauty. Good for him.
Yeah. He's still doing her. So yeah, it'll be fun to have him on. And then so after that season, so you're in Valpalice, Italy, the Indy Fuel, and the Manchester Storm. That's quite the year, eh? You're in the UK, Italy, and the coast.
Check them all off.
Okay. So then after that, you signed with the Basingstoke Bisons, not to be mistaken with the Bison Burger in Columbus.
Yep. That was actually a very interesting year.
Are there Bisons in Basingstoke? Why are they called the Bisons?
I don't know. I think that was a Sheffield. One of their sponsors was a school or something. But passionate place. One of the sponsors there did remodeling work, like home extensions and things of that sort. So I was playing and doing home remodeling.
You were learning the business there.
Learning the business there. I'd work probably 3-4 days a week.
How'd you get that set up?
He was a sponsor of the team. So
you just signed Basingstoke just randomly, and then that happens while you're there?
I had a buddy from juniors that was English, and he played there for like 4 or 5 years. And he kind of linked me up with the coach and was supposed to go play with him, but he ended up not playing that year I went there because he had to go back and get his green card from his wife. And
a lot of paperwork when you start marrying people from other countries, folks.
Yeah. So he's always
having babies.
Yeah, he's got 3 or 4 babies. He delivered one of them.
Sorry, what's that now?
Yeah. Delivered one of them himself.
Baby.
Redid the whole bathroom the next week.
Who did this?
Joe Greener. He'd be a good Potter. He's doing he's working up in the Sioux right now. He lives in the Sioux, Michigan.
He was on the Basingstoke Bisons and he's delivered a child?
Yep.
The shit you hear in the shed is like, if people wonder why I want to do these so bad.
Do you know the Canisto name by chance? Ray Canisto. There's
Canisto. No, I don't know the Canistos.
There's 3 of them, but he married their sister. That's the end of the story.
You had a foam roller and a yoga mat in your background. Hey, have you noticed that?
Yeah.
I just noticed that now. Game's changed, eh?
You like that prop?
Well, a little different than what I'm trying. What kind of vibe I'm trying to put out here? Sorry. Didn't mean it. Kind of did. Okay, moving on. 2017-18. Do you start with the Cortina, Italy team of the Alps Hockey League, trying to get your 16 months in again?
Yeah. I don't think I went there till September, October. I think that was another late start. I was home here, skating around here, coaching a little bit.
So would you not get stressed out like when you don't have a job and it's September in Europe? Because like if I didn't have a job come July, I was pissed off.
Yeah, you know what? A lot of people would freak out or be stressed or have anxiety, but you know what? I just stayed busy. I was doing something. I was working. I was doing tile work. I was doing labor. That was, I guess.
So you always did that, like through your career?
College. through college. Yeah, when I came home.
What does your old man do?
He's VP of commercial sales at a moving and storage company. So he basically commercial moves like GM or bigger office moves when they're moving.
So that's not what he does. I was thinking you got it for okay.
No, it's funny watching him try and be handy. I mean, he's smart, he gets stuff done, but then double the time or triple the time. So
Bayfield Brewing Company.
here we go.
Right. Thrasher. Again, I'm out of all the other kinds. Don't forget to email them. I got no more beer. Oh God. Okay, no, that's cool though that you had the income coming through and you're a hard worker the whole time. That was the other part of the player review I never put in there is how hard you work is because I've seen it. I already knew from you the Instagram and then you're coaching all the kids and all that. Like I think people play hockey like their personalities and you give her.
Thanks, pal. Thanks.
Well, it's just who you are.
Spade, that's it.
Well, it's just who you are. That's not what hockey is. People, it's an expression of their personality, you could say. Okay, so you leave Cortina. Why do you leave Cortina and how do you get to the ERC Sonthofen?
That was Sonthofen. What were they? The Bulls? Yeah, I think they were the Bulls. But anyways, there was that team was kind of in a playoff crunch, and they brought in Chris Kolanos.
Like the guy that Chris Kolanos, like the guy that played for, didn't he play for the Leafs?
Yeah, like he was a first rounder.
I'm pretty sure he had a big playoffs one year.
Yeah, he had like in Europe, I think previously he was like a 3-point a game guy. His numbers were kind of 2 or 3 points. So they brought him in, he was available. And I was on the outside looking in. They were trying to get me to leave without squaring away type deal. And
this is in Sonthofen?
No, this is in Cortina.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, all right, guys, I'll stay here and ski every day until the season ends.
Till you pay me.
Yeah. And if that's what you guys want to do, I'll do that. So it took a while to get squared up there. I was probably there for a week.
Oh, and that stuff happens in Europe. We don't really talk about it on here very often, but like when teams decide if they don't want you in Europe or they want to make a different move, they will literally try and bury you or say like you'll never play again because you're not going to play the rest of the season unless you just leave without getting paid. And they try and bully you, they try and pressure you, and they're all a bunch of punks, right? The people that do that. And then there's other teams that you blow out your knee and you're like, well, my career's over, I'm completely done. And they're like, well, you can stay, you can have the apartment for your wife, your kids, and you, and we're not really going to tell you what to do. And you're like, huh, well, then I'll get naked and do pregame speeches for the boys.
Exactly. No, so that was not easy, but the coach from Sonthofen, head coach, actually drove.
What was his name?
Pick me up. Heiko, I don't know his last name. Heiko was his name.
Okay, so people on that team was Fabio Carciola on the team.
Yeah,
Carciola, Italian, curly hair.
Yeah,
played with me for the Hellbronner Falcons.
No way.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He was the player of the year in the second league in Germany one year.
He was good. He's an older guy, I think, when I was there, right?
Don't call us that.
No, he's your
but yeah, no, he's
I was like late.
He's closer to my age than your age, I think. But he's got a brother Adriano too. Both good dudes that should come on at the shed. Yeah. Italian fellas.
Get them on, boys.
Okay. So anyways, Chris Stanley, it says he's from Perry Sound. He's a fella I played against a lot in Germany. He was there.
He was a player coach there. Yeah.
He was a player coach.
I almost ended up playing for him the following year. I was supposed to leave that team in the French Alps around Christmas time and go to Germany, go back, but they wanted 10,000 euros to release me.
Right.
So Germany wouldn't pay it.
No, they're not going to, because they could just get a guy that isn't asking for you to pay 10 grand because there's a lot of us out there. Yep. Yeah.
So they screwed me.
Yeah. No. And That's what
Yeah,
that's what I was alluding to. But anyways, so okay, so you play there. You're in the third league of Germany. What'd you think? What was Sonthofen like? Where's that?
It's the most southern part. It's actually pretty nice.
Like south of Garmisch. Like
It's the most southern part of Germany. So I think what is close to Austria.
right, like by the Bodensee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there was the.
So that's nice.
It was nice. Yeah, I enjoyed my time there.
You weren't there very long though. Just you're kind of like in high school. You're just moving around.
Yeah, moving around, man. Trying to figure it out, see the world.
It's kind of nice that you're settled now, huh?
Yeah, it's nice.
Kind of. Yeah. I know it. I know what you mean.
I'm still waiting to come back out of retirement,
It's yeah, it used to be a lot more exciting, didn't it?
I was on the alternate list for the outdoor alumni game for the Red Wings here in Toledo.
Really?
But that's not looking good.
Well, so we didn't talk about the dog bite. You got bit by a dog.
I was giving this dog an ice cube.
Whose dog?
Snapped my finger, like literally.
For an ice cube.
For an ice cube.
And what kind of dog are we talking
My
about?
wife's friend's dog is an old English sheepdog. 85 pounds.
Really wanted the ice cube then.
Yeah, and my finger.
Huh.
So that sucks.
Tough bounce when you're in the home remodeling world.
Looks like I'm taking a week off. I'm on the IR.
That's also another part of being self-employed, folks. When you get injured, you can't work.
You can't work.
Yeah, that's tough. Okay. So then how do you get all these deals? So now you're going to Chambéry in France, your last year of hockey. How do you get there?
That's a good question. I don't even know how.
Did you do a lot of stuff yourself?
Yeah. At that point, I was doing it all myself.
Because you give her. Yeah. You run your own business and And then,
today I need my own apartment. My wife needs this. We need this. My girlfriend at the time, sorry. So they were good. It took care of me when I needed to travel. I traveled. Had a lot of time off. It was nice. We lost 20 games straight. That was frustrating, but
in Chambéry, you lost 20 games straight.
They gave me the C after 2 weeks. Took it from a Canadian player who ended up getting cut 3 weeks later. And then asked me who we should get rid of and started asking me management things. And every player I suggested, they're like, we can't get rid of him. He's a free player. He doesn't, we don't pay him to play.
He's from here.
And we have to have 11 French players dressed each game. So it's well, then you're not going to get anything going here.
No, you get out what you put in.
Yeah. You got kids here showing up 10 minutes before practice. You got kids wearing the wrong jerseys. Kids skating the wrong way in warm-ups. What do you expect?
Yeah.
So that was tough, but I gave her my all, left her all out there.
Yeah, and I understand. So then how do you know it's time to be done?
Things just started kind of going south with pay out there, and I had a little vacation or time to get home. And it was after that Germany deal. So packed my stuff. I went home, jumped on the Little Caesars 04 bench, won a national championship with that team, and been coaching since. So, in January, I was approached that year by Draper to take over the 04 Caesars team. So I committed to doing that. Started making calls because that's when youth hockey, 4 months ahead of time, guys are committing for the next year.
Which reminds me, I got to take another course to be able to coach next year.
I'm on level 4 already, bud.
Oh, your shit's totally different than my shit. I got to take another course to be able to do this again. And I'm allowed to coach AE, but not rep. And it's so next year I got to take a whole another weekend course. And that's just to coach the kids. Yeah. And it's oh man, you guys, So like people don't get it. And like, I don't know. I try to bite my tongue, but then it's like, well, I'm not for everyone. So whatever. Right. And it's like, they make it so hard to volunteer to coach, or like for yourself, you guys are getting compensated, but like for myself to volunteer in Canada, they make it so hard that like it's like they try to break people, and it's like they're trying to help. They're trying to help out. Like, don't make it so hard.
Yeah, especially if you know or you have a history or background in the game. Like
That's crazy.
stuff like that scares people away more than it's appetizing, right? So like these classes here are painful too. I mean, they made us go on the ice for a couple sessions with these people, and it's like dangerous. Like,
Yeah.
people don't know how to skate. I mean, they got help tying their skates, but pay for effort.
No, and the whole thing is very interesting when you get, and it's like shout out to all those people that are willing to step up and volunteer and help out and like do all the loopholes and the circus that we got to go through to get to the point of getting to help the kids. That's all we want to do.
Yeah, that's all we're trying to do. Give back a little bit.
And you know what else doesn't make sense? This is my real thing. Is we were supposed to have playoffs. We're supposed to be done the end of January, and then we have playoffs for 2 months. And now they're saying there's not going to be playoffs because of COVID, but instead we're going to bring all the teams to one town and have a tournament. How does that make sense? How is that not spreading shit around? Then 2 teams playing in remote locations for a week, and then they're out, and then you play the next team. So you're saying we're gonna all go in hotels and go stay in a different town as 10 teams? Because that's not gonna. So it's like, what do you guys want me to say in my shed? Make it make sense, and then it'll make sense, right?
It's not that hard.
Just tell me something that makes sense, and we'll go with that. You know.
I'm with you, man. I'm with you.
Get me now. I'm getting fired up in my shed. I don't like that, you know. Okay. Favorite bar at Western Michigan.
Ooh,
we're going off script now.
I have to say the Y bar.
The notes are done.
The Y bar.
Really? That was the tap room.
Yeah, that switched up. Like, I worked the door on college night there. For
like the 18 and unders, or not the 18 and unders. You had to be 18.
So you had to have a Western ID to get in.
You had to what?
You have to have a Western ID to get in. Any other ID, like, or no ID, there's a cover charge.
You had Western Michigan IDs?
Yeah, you didn't have a school ID.
I don't know.
It was your swipe card, man, to get you in the dorm, everything. You get the
swipe card. We had keys.
Right, well,
I don't know. Maybe technology was that. I'm pretty sure I had a key. I don't know what I had.
I think we had cards.
I didn't have a card to get in my door. I know that. I had a key. You're saying to get in your bedroom door?
I don't know. You had a key to get that, but I'm saying like cafeteria, a study table.
Oh yeah, to the cafeteria. That we used to. It's like fake IDs at bars, right? All you can eat at the cafeteria. The guys would go in, and then they'd say, "I just go to the bathroom," and then they give it to the seniors or juniors after we had worked out for 3 hours. And we're like, "Let's see how much food we could eat."
Yep. That was the thing. The pass back, or you got to go to the bathroom.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So, what's your favorite meal in the cafeteria dorms? Was it breakfast or dinner?
Probably the dinner, the buffet, like a Mexican buffet, or I mean, I was big on the soft serve ice cream. That was every meal.
Is that right? Hey, you're an ice cream guy.
Yeah, big ice cream guy.
Really? I see. We buttered up the gals in the back. By the end, they had for breakfast. They would cook eggs any way we wanted. Right? You go in and order, and they weren't supposed to do that, but they would. Yeah. Okay. Other question. This is just a random one. When you lived in the Burnhams, was there still a lot of inter-athlete breeding at Western Michigan?
Yes.
Yeah. They really
I
set
was-
people up for that, eh?
I was 21 too, like at the end of my freshman year. So
Oh, you were an old boy, right? Yeah, because you were in Columbus and all that. So
yeah.
no, that it was so you would have been old with all the young kids in there.
Yep.
Hmm.
We had actually 87s, 88s. Oh, my whole class was 21 except for 2 guys freshman year. So we were older.
Huh.
Advantages.
No, yeah. That's shout out to my wife. Thanks for letting me do this again tonight, honey. It's where I met you, was in the Burnhams.
Yes.
It's not that hard to hit the other side of the floor when there's just a door in the way. But yeah, no, I don't really have anything else. You got anything else for me? I know you're a busy boy. Been
That's it,
bit by a
man. No.
dog. You got to remodel houses and coach kids. You're busy. Yeah, and you're a dad now.
Yeah, now just daddy daycare this week. Me and the hand and daddy and the son.
No income too, eh?
It's brutal. Might have to take the week off from coaching too.
Oh no, you can't shut down that tap, buddy. That's minor hockey. You gotta get paid.
I'll be at the Wings game, I think, if they're playing on New Year's Eve. So have a look for me. I'll be on the glass.
Chase Pearson played a game yet? Probably not. He was a former Potter. Has he been called up at all?
Pearson, D-man or forward?
He's a forward. He was like their last cut in training camp. He's the top scorer in the AHL team. Like one of them.
I don't think he's been up yet. No.
No.
Nope.
Him
He
and
might
his
be on
old
the
man.
taxi squad.
Holy moly, you're tired, eh? You bet. What?
Yeah.
Jesus.
I don't have all those beers keep me up, man.
Jeez, you need to live a little, man. Have beer. Like you got the foam roller and the yoga mat in the background.
Hey, it's been a long week.
Games change, but I guess this is how the Broncos started winning.
Yeah, dude.
Because I didn't even know what a foam roller was when I got to pro. And this has been another episode of Two Hails and Hockey Tales with Railer and Wally.